Knock, knock.
What? Whatever.
Knock, knock.
Okay, I don't know.
Let you know how this goes.
Who's there?
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
What?
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
What the hell is that?
Just do the damn thing.
I don't know how it goes after who's there.
You don't know the structure of a knock knock joke?
No. No. You say knock knock, I say who's there, that's it. What's the matter with you? No, I don't know. Okay, that's enough.
You don't know the second part?
No, I don't.
You say who's there, and I say something, and then you say that what I said, and then you say who.
I don't know.
Let's try it again. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Roddy Piper. What? Naughty Naughty Piper. Who's? Who?
Let's put it all together now. Who's knock knock?
Naughty Naughty Piper. No. What?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Roddy Piper. Who? Who?
You see, the kids don't know anything these days. Rowdy Roddy Piper was a great wrestler when I was a kid. I loved watching him on, I think he was on WCW and WWF. And he was a great entertainer, showman, seemed like a really nice guy. And he was an actor too, he was in really fun movies. And he's worked with a lot of people I like too, and he died today. He was 61 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Why he died? What happened?
I don't know, I didn't really get to read much about it. I'm not sure if people know. But it's so unfortunate. He's just another wrestler that has died too early. You know, died way too young.
You know what I'm thinking? These wrestlers die too young from these punches they get on the head.
Well, that's one part of what they do. Yes, some of them have serious injuries, and not just brain injuries, but are paralyzed or
they get
have strokes,
something like
attacks,
that.
All kinds of stuff.
They get punched so many times.
Yeah, psychological problems.
Yeah.
But and Pickle Boy mentioned it too. Not only Pickle Boy mentioned it, but Boogie, a whole lot of people. And what happened? Well, I mean, anyways, what I'm thinking is, you know, it's just so unfortunate that like whatever happened, I don't know yet. He shouldn't have died that young. He's 61.
Good God, here's another.
So many wrestlers, it's like they're just cut down because of their lives, because of drug addiction, because they don't have, you know, they
have rough life.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. The rough life catches up to them. And Darren Aronofsky said he'll never forget how Rowdy Roddy Piper told him and Mickey Rourke that he cried after watching The Wrestler because it was so effective. So I want to review The Wrestler.
Not tonight. I just can't do it. It's a long movie. I'm sorry.
It's not long. It's like 90 minutes.
You have to understand. Look at my foot. It's swollen. I'm sorry. Not tonight.
Amazing what wrestlers go through, and you can't
I know the wrestler. I know. What is there to review? We reviewed it before.
You did it a little bit, like a short version.
It's too bloody and too painful, okay?
No, it's not. That's realism.
No, the wrestler is very painful. Watch tomorrow night on Daddy's Here. You can review it with him.
It would have been very appropriate, given that Rowdy Roddy Piper not only loved the movie, but unfortunately, he died today.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All right. Well, that's as far as it goes with you. You refuse to watch The Wrestler. Absolutely amazing movie. I love it. And you're a big fan of this.
It's very painful. That's why I can't.
I don't care.
Well, I care.
I don't avoid movies for painful. You're a big fan of Harold Lloyd. I'm a huge fan of Harold Lloyd. I introduced you to Harold Lloyd. You would have never known about him if I didn't show him.
Look at that. Look at that. He's hanging
off the clock tower. You would have never seen his movies if I hadn't shown you. I think I showed you Ask Father first, and then Hand to Mouth. Yeah, Ask Father I think was first. Then Hand to Mouth, and then Girl Shy and Safety Last, and I think The Freshman as well. I showed you that. And so I'm gonna show you a movie by someone you've never seen one of his movies before. And he was very influenced by Harold Lloyd.
Who's that? Oh, I don't want this
Jackie
guy.
Chan.
Oh, hell no, I saw his movie. I
Rumble
don't
in the
care
Bronx.
about him.
Rumble in the
Bullshit.
Bronx.
No, I don't. Phooey. I'm gonna fall asleep. Trust
You
me,
think
because
you will?
I'm not interested. I'm not interested
Why not?
because I don't care.
You like Harold Lloyd, but you don't think you'll like Jackie Chan?
I saw his movie. I saw it. He
No,
was hanging from
You've
that
never
damn
seen
thing.
his movie. No. That was a 7-second clip on YouTube. You've never seen his movies. Why do you think people see this and think, oh, poor Angelo's mom, she's being so put upon by Angelo? No, you're acting like a psychopath, just a sick, nasty,
Okay, that's it. Bye.
narcissist.
Good night. Good night.
This is a good movie. And you've never
I'm not
seen
interested in that movie.
You're gonna watch it.
Stop burping. Okay, that's it. That's it, Angelo.
Sit down.
Oh no,
Sit
I'm not sitting
down for
down,
the
man.
review.
I don't care. It's nothing. It was a bunch of people fighting and going like this and bang, 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 and that's it.
Okay, so we just saw Jackie Chan's Rumble in the Bronx from 1995. What did you think?
I don't know. How can somebody fight like that?
Can you talk to me?
Every minute in the movie. I mean, how much energy he has.
Jackie Chan, first
Good
of all,
God.
he grew up watching Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and Harold Lloyd. It's
Ooh.
obvious the way he works. First of all, second of all, another thing in Hong Kong movies that's different from American action movies, they would take a lot more time to shoot the action sequences.
Oh.
Here, they rush them a lot.
Yeah.
The directors aren't as skilled at shooting them, and the camera shakes a lot because they have to cover up how unskilled the actors are at fighting, or even the stunt people, because they can't take the time. Like Jackie Chan will do 100 takes if he has to. You know, he doesn't want to break for lunch or
I can
anything
tell.
to get the fights right. Because you saw the accidents that happened. He broke his foot. He's had a lot of injuries over the years. He has a hole in his head from he hit a rock when he fell off a tree in one movie in the 70s. And he's been acting for a long time, too. He was actually in a movie with Bruce Lee. He had a small part in it, I think like an extra or something. So he's actually 60 now, I think. He grew up in a Chinese opera house teaching or learning, basically going to school like a crazy amount, like 18 hours a day, something like that. That's what I read.
For what?
Everything. Like they would study, they would sing, they would play music, and also they would do gymnastics and fighting and acrobatics. And they were very strict with the students. So he had to be able to, fight and move and jump and everything. He trained very hard from when he was a kid. And he has this style of the way he fights in the movies. It's funny, like he's so expressive, and he's like Harold Lloyd to me. He doesn't win by being stronger than anyone else. He wins by just being more persistent than everyone else. He just keeps trying and trying. He's an ordinary guy who just tries really hard, and he's a good guy. He means well. You never see him be mean in his movies, and that I thought was a lot like Harold Lloyd. The story doesn't really matter. It's a mess. It's so weird. And
That's
odd
what I'm
and-
telling you.
The
It was
story
one
is
thing
bizarre.
after the other.
I didn't
and
realize how weird it was when I was a kid.
fighting. My God, bang!
But in Hong Kong
breaking
movies,
stuff.
they just rush through the fights.
Doing
They
this,
rush
yeah.
to get to the fights. They don't care about the story as much in Hong Kong movies. The story is just there to get you to the fight.
So you watching Harold Lloyd in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Wow.
But what did you think of the movie? Okay, I've talked about it, and obviously I've had this DVD for many years.
I think it's a great movie.
Yeah?
I think it's very well done. I mean, I don't know how the hell can they do all these things. I mean, if
We should just
they
talk
must
to
have
me.
a headache.
Yeah.
If I have to do this even little bit, I would. Oh my God! I would sleep for 70 hours straight.
The way-
I mean, I don't know. He has a passion for this. He has to like it to do it, and it seems like he like it. He likes what he's doing, but it's a lot of effort and time and energy and will and everything.
Yeah.
My God.
He
My
has the
God.
same. He's like another thing that he does, like Harold Lloyd. He has the same crew that works with him on every movie, so they understand sort of how to work with each other and communicate. So that a lot of the same
still
stunt
making
guys,
movies?
he does, yeah. a lot of Chinese movies. Now, this was like sort of his first big American crossover, Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
This was like his first big American crossover movie. Before that, he made movies in China for a long time. And he was making them kind of like this. The fights are incredible in some of those, too. I have Legend of Drunken Master. That's an incredible one. Project A, which I think he made after this. Operation Condor. But those are more big stunt movies. Again, the story is so... it's been a while since I've seen this. It's so weird. It's a gang.
It is weird.
A gang, it's hard to describe. It's a gang made of Italians, blacks... Looks like Puerto Ricans and Cubans or whatever the hell it is, Central Americans. It's
that's all right.
All robbing a grocery store together. The way Dr. King
diamonds, I think the diamonds.
The mafia was there with diamonds, and then the one gangster steals the diamond.
It's a story here and story there, and so complicated.
The story's a mess,
and it's like this.
But it doesn't matter because they're trying so hard to entertain. Yeah,
the acting and the violence, it's just endless.
Yeah. It's really, I didn't realize how little story there was in this movie. Because I've seen this several times when I was younger. I've had this DVD since like 2000, I think, something like that. And I forgot just how little story there is. I always thought the story was kind of fun. But it's just so weird, and it rushes through so much, and the whole movie is basically just a fight scene connected to another fight scene and another one. I really like the one.
It's just like a chain.
I really like the one when he's in the garage, remember, and all the gangsters on motorcycles are attacking him, and he's ducking in cars and hiding between them. That was a lot like Harold Lloyd. He just keeps trying and trying. Then he climbed up the side of the building, kind of like Safety Last. He's climbing up the garage. He jumps up, and there was no safety net or anything.
Nothing?
No, because that's another thing in the Hong Kong movies. They don't take as much time for safety.
Oh, good God! He would get killed.
Yeah. He's nearly gotten killed many times. Yeah, by being slammed into stuff and trucks nearly hitting him and everything. And he was climbing up the side of the building, a lot like Harold Lloyd, and then he jumped off to the other building. I thought that was a great stunt. And I remember seeing commercials on TV, and it made it look so incredible back then, in 1995, when this came out.
That was 20 years ago. Oh my goodness, it's just, I mean...
What did you think of Jackie Chan himself? Okay, you talked about the fights.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. He's great performer, very open face.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
A lot of what he does is just looking at things and reacting. And you sort of see the story in his face.
Do they practice before that? Do they rehearse and everything?
Oh, they have to rehearse the fights carefully. Oh. Because they have to they have to know how each shot's going to go. They have to plan it out carefully.
That's what I say.
A lot of the stunts are dangerous. They're jumping off buildings and stuff. You can't just show up and say, I want to do that. Right. They have to get ready for it. They do rehearse it.
Jackie Chan has passion for this kind of thing, my God.
Yeah, I don't know how he kept doing it after, I don't know how many, he's broken every bone in his body, I'm sure, over the years. He's had multiple surgeries.
Still doing it, he loves it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what I say, he has passion for this.
Yeah, so much of what he does, he's just reacting, looking, and that's what it's like a silent film too, is he plays sequences silent, which is also, it kind of helps him because his English has never been that good. This whole movie's dubbed into English, that's why everything sounds so weird. Even though I think he dubs his own voice in this version. I've heard versions of his movies where somebody else does it, and it sounds insane. But he, in this movie, so much of what he does is just looking at things and reacting. And it's like Harold Lloyd. You see the story on his face and his body. He gets scared, he makes a big reaction. He wants to scare somebody else. He gets intimidating. He makes his shoulders big and looks at him, whatever. The movie's so bizarre. It's got, like, even though it's supposed to be like kind of a fun action movie, there's some like kind of nasty killing and cussing and simulated, pretending abducting a woman and raping or getting ready to rape her. It was.
What's the point of that? What kind of stuff?
It's weird, the tone that it's supposed to be like Jackie Chan's supposed to be like a guy that everybody likes, like everybody thinks is a good guy, and then like they put a guy in a wood chipper, the mafia. They don't show it, but they put him in a wood chipper, and then the guy goes back, remember, to the gang, and he says, hey, they put Tommy or whatever, they killed him, here he is in a garbage bag. It's
just amazing how he, I mean,
everything he uses
see
as a weapon,
anybody else to make him to you know, yeah, he's a great performer, but to do every minute of the shooting, filming, every minute of the film, to do this, you know, breaking stuff, shooting, running, jumping, you know, every minute of it. So seems like this kind of acting make him whole, you know, himself. He's just, oh my God, I was feeling dizzy just watching this thing in every angle, in every, you know, left, right, northeast, west, wherever. My God.
He does so much. It's obvious he wants to entertain, because he does so much, like, to entertain people, and puts himself in danger, and like jumps between cars. And he, remember at the end when they had the hovercraft on the water, he was hanging on, and he was actually water skiing, but he didn't have skis on. It was his body actually hitting the water.
Yeah, and hitting the water is not soft.
No, he was bouncing off it like this.
Because some people, I heard some people, they say they were thinking before they got hit from a big wave, whatever, they were thinking water is gentle and soft. Water, there is nothing soft about and gentle about water. You know, when water comes, oh my God, is stronger than wind, you know.
Yeah, it's like concrete.
Yeah, it's stronger than the wind. So, oh my God.
And you saw the outtakes at the end, which people always look forward to, because you see how the stunts went wrong. He broke his foot in one version, and they just put a cast on his leg, and they put like a sort of like a sock over his cast, and it was painted to look like a shoe, so he could keep filming.
He can keep filming.
And not only that, the water scene, they showed how they filmed that, and he fell off several times. He couldn't hold on. He let go. He fell in the you know. In the river or whatever.
I don't understand. This is very dangerous.
But it's so much fun to watch, because he's such, even though the plot is insane, the plot is so weird.
It's so crazy. But the thing is,
the police show up in like 100 boats with machine guns.
I don't understand
it was so bizarre.
How they don't take the time to secure the actors and actresses.
Well, there's no, back then they couldn't do, especially back then. Like now, you can have a wire on somebody and delete it with a computer. You can erase the wire. Then, in 95, they didn't have the money. Maybe they could have done that, but they didn't necessarily have the money on this. You know, they got to do it quick.
How they do
so Jackie Chan has to calculate. He said he's crazy, but not stupid. Like, he'll do dangerous things, crazy things, but he won't risk his life unnecessarily. Even though he has come very close to killing himself many times with huge. I told you that one time he fell off a tree in an old movie, hit his head on a rock on the ground, and he had to have a hole cut in his head. And to this day, he has a plastic tube, like plastic plug in his head. And I heard he can hear it vibrating when he hums.
Oh my God!
And that was years before. That was years before he made this movie. Before Rumble in the Bronx.
And he still keep going.
Yeah. I'm sure he's broken every bone in his body, every rib.
He's a great performer, that's for sure. But, I mean...
What did you think?
And how old is he now? He's 60?
Now he's 60, I think, or 61, yeah. So he doesn't do quite the same action. He can't do it anymore. He used to never use a stunt man. He did all his own stunts, but now it's kind of hard for him. So he does different kinds of movies now. I haven't seen his recent ones, like a lot of Chinese movies. He did a lot of American ones for a while that I just thought weren't good, or they didn't even look interesting. They were made in an American way, which is too corny, and the fights aren't realistic at all. Because not that these are realistic, but they don't sort of try and feel like they have a realism to them. They're too fantastic. Stay away.
I am away.
Shut.
Oh my God.
His Chinese movies, which this is basically, I think, was one. It was just kind of adapted for America, because they didn't shoot that in New York. It's ridiculous, all that stuff they did in this movie. It's not New York at all. But they kind of...
One thing they did...
I think they did. I think they shot a lot of it in Toronto, but I'm not totally sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was obviously not the Bronx.
Yes.
The title of the movie is Rumble in the Bronx. That's not.
No, that's not Bronx, New York. There is no way.
No, Chinatown everywhere. It's just all China, and then huge spaces, warehouses where gangs hang out with hundreds of motorcycles. But yeah, and not only that, I like how there's so many visual gags that are like silent films too. Like everything becomes a weapon. Like when Jackie Chan was fighting. Remember the pool table was there and he was jumping around the pinball machines and the gang members were shoving the pinball machines into him and he slid underneath them and he jumped through a grocery cart. You know, like everything becomes a weapon and it's all, you just understand the fight just by watching the movement on screen. What did you think of the similarity to Harold Lloyd's movies?
Some similarities, yes, but Harold movies, it wasn't like that.
The plots were better on Harold Lloyd movies.
Yeah, there is no way.
But just in terms of Jackie Chan himself, you watch him.
Okay, let me tell you what I think. When you watch this movie, you can tell is some of Harold Lloyd.
Yeah,
he adopted a lot of techniques and a lot of, from Harold Lloyd. But Harold Lloyd is.
Just talk about the similarities. Obviously it's not the same as watching a Harold Lloyd movie. Obviously it's different.
First of all,
took Chinese martial arts and did
the movie starts with that blue thing with the glasses.
The New Line Cinema.
That tells you something.
Harold Lloyd's DVDs.
The hanging from the Harold Lloyd hanging from the clock there. He's hanging from
parking garage.
Parking garage.
And he did hang from a clock in Project A, a clock tower, which was a direct homage to pointing to the Harold Lloyd DVD.
Right, and even in some scenes, the color, that blue color, it just remind me of Harold Lloyd.
Okay.
That's what I think. And a lot of...
You're talking about the New Line Cinema logo.
That's what I'm talking about. And a lot of the action...
If they made a porno, it would remind you of, Don't
say that.
You're talking about the logo, the New Line Cinema. That has nothing to do with the movie.
But the actions, but it's just a lot of...
you didn't think when they drove the motorcycles through that sort of street, it was crashing through, what was it, like a market?
Right.
No, like restaurants, and Jackie Chan was jumping over. You didn't think that was like a little shot when Harold Lloyd's riding the motorcycle through the ditch and up and through the little farmer's market and all the chickens are on it?
Oh my God, I can't wait to see that movie again, Girl Shy. I want to see that.
We're talking about this though. You didn't think there were similarities more than just a vague similarity?
Right, very much so. Very much so. I mean, even without the motorcycles, it's other little things remind you of Harold Lloyd movies. Okay?
Jackie Chan's face, the way he stops and looks and reacts to things, it's just like Harold Lloyd.
He must be amazed from Harold Lloyd movies,
Yeah.
Gosh.
I can look up right now and just see, because obviously he did, not only that, the clock tower scene that Jackie Chan did in Project A, he shot that I think 2 or 3 times where he fell like 30, 40, 50 feet, whatever, through 2 or 3 awnings because he wanted to get it right.
God.
Let me see, maybe I can find something real quick.
My God.
Harold Lloyd influence on Jackie Chan. Of course, it's all going to say it's all going to be about the clock tower similarity, but a lot of his stuff, the way he whatever, I can't find it that easily. the way he always is moving. Yeah, well, first of all, he's moving a lot.
Yeah.
And the way he's always getting on vehicle to vehicle and stuff. There were motorcycles. There was he got in a Lamborghini. He was on a hovercraft.
Yeah, like Harold Lloyd going to break up the wedding.
He was on the trolley. Yeah. Harold Lloyd was on a motorcycle. He was on a horse. All this stuff Jackie Chan does. And you got to see his other movies. I have another one, Project A, where he does maybe even, I haven't seen that in a while too, maybe more crazy stuff than this too. Police Story. That he does insane stunts in it. You got to see that. I had a VHS of that years ago. It was a bad dub of it, but I want to get a DVD of it. Police Story. He did a whole series of these Police Story movies where he played a cop in China, and of course it was just the craziest stunts. In one, there's a double-decker bus, and he's chasing a mob boss, and he has an umbrella. He hooks the umbrella onto the bus, the window, and he's hanging off the side as the bus is going down the street.
That's another Harold Lloyd thing. Yeah, I mean, oh my God.
Okay, so what did you think of?
Well, even the nature of the movie. You know, his nature, the nature
he's always
of
trying to do something right. He's always trying to help people or get something. He's never trying to do something bad.
That's what I can't think the words right now, but even the nature of the movie, whatever he a lot of things he does, you can see it's a copy of Harold Lloyd. He adapts just about everything.
Okay, so anyways, what kind of time did you have watching the movie? Did you even enjoy it? I mean, you enjoyed it, okay, but what did you really think of it? Do you recommend it? Would you watch more? I would actually recommend other.
I do.
I would recommend this definitely.
I do recommend. I do because he's a heck of a guy to do all this stuff. Even though this is not me, okay? Even though I can't grasp everything, I can't capture everything because he does so many. But I enjoy that. Yeah, the action, the energy, the
fights themselves have so much comedy in it because he gets scared in the fights.
Exactly.
He tries to hide from the bad guys. Yeah.
When he tried to suicide, he didn't like the poison. He put in sugar in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Jackie Chan, when he was, remember, they were in the garage and he was climbing up the side and he hid in that truck full of like kids' inflatable balls. He was hiding like this and the guy who owns the truck gets in. It's weird. And again, another weird thing about this movie. A guy in New York has a Confederate flag hat and it's like a big puffy like kind of Rastafarian hat. It's a white guy, big fat white guy. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing in my truck?" But the point, it's just a weird thing. But the comedy gag is you see Jackie Chan hiding back there saying, "Shh, quiet, quiet." That's like a silent scene. You don't have to hear it. You see the visuals. That's another influence from silent films.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so many things, and probably things it didn't stay in my head because it was just too much to grasp everything, you know?
Yeah. There's so much energy in the fights. It's like Jackie Chan wants to do so much to entertain. In just one movie that has more stunts and fights than maybe 5 other movies. 5 other action movies.
From 1 to 10, I give him 10 plus.
Okay.
Okay? I think he deserves that.
You hear that, Jackie Chan? You did well. You got a good future ahead of you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand how can someone has a holes in his head, broken bones, everything, and just keep going. It just seems like that's his passion, you know? That's his passion. That's his religion, his food and water, his survival. That's what I think.
Okay. Good. So Rumble in the Bronx overall, good movie.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Pretty weird,
there is no Bronx there.
Yeah.
What time is it?
11.
99.